Hi, I'm Sean Brush, and we're in Birdland Studios, and this is a segment for Learn Anything in 10 Steps, and today we're going to be doing music theory. The first thing that we'll learn is that there's 12 notes. We'll start on A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. To learn the guitar, the notes with the strings from the lowest string, E, A, D, G, B, and E. In order to be a good musician, you should know some theory. But it pays off with chicks. It kind of reminds me of that time in that bar. I want to lay you down in a bed of roses. All right, the first thing we're going to learn is the major scale. And we talked about the 12 notes, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, etc. We're going to start on the E string here, and we're going to go up to the 5th fret to the A note. And the way we get there is we go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And that's going to be our starting point. We're going to play A major. And it goes like this, and it sounds like this. You've often heard do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's what it is. All right. So I'm going to do something here, explain to you what a tone and a semitone are for the language of theory that we'll be using. The distance between two notes, sometimes called intervals, the distance between notes, we're going to be talking about tones and semitones. We have a tone, which is 2 frets or 2 spaces apart in the scale. We talked about the music notes before, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, etc. The distance from A to B is 2 notes, 2 spaces, 2 frets. And a semitone would be 1 fret or 1 step or half step or semitone. So again, here is a tone, and here is a semitone. A tone, a semitone. Now, we've learned the major scale. One octave in the key of C for this demonstration. And like I said, with learning theory, you come across new language, the language of music, tone, semitone, octaves, intervals, and somewhere along the line, someone came up with something called the number system. And it's quite useful because you could play in any key, and the formula is the same. Much like the tone, tone, semitone, to make a scale, we have the number system we can apply anywhere that we start on any musical instrument. So it's a good language to learn to play with other people. And the way it works is that we take our major scale, in this case C, and it sounds like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to number these notes. Instead of calling them C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, I'm going to call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's the beginning of the number system. Weird. Okay, so now what do we do with that number system and that scale? The theory that we use, all music, doesn't matter what instrument you play, the theory is the same. And so to make a major chord in theory, and you'll see how it gets put together, the theory is 1, 3, 5. And we get that from the number system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The notes are C, E, G, which make up a C chord. And because of the way the guitar is set up, the notes are sometimes not all falling in order that would make the scale and the chord the same for fingering. So what I mean by that is that on this string here, we have E and G, which is the third and the fifth note of the C scale. And it's on one string. So if we wanted to strum a C chord, we can't kind of go, I mean you could, but it's not really, I want to have a nice full. So we have to rearrange the strings and stuff, and we come up with a fingering that works. We have C, G, C, E, G, E. And anywhere you go on the neck to play a C chord, you'll see that the three notes repeat all the time. So a major chord is made up from three notes, 1, 3, 5 of the major scale. So I'll show you again in C. Here's the C scale. And we number it 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we pick out the three notes we're after. 1, 3, and 5. And there's C, E, G. Okay, so theory, here we go. How do you make a minor chord with theory? I mean, you can go out there and pick up these instructional books and videos where they show you how to play one chord. But you can watch this, you know, here in Birdland, and learn how to make a chord, and you know them all. You know? So we're going to go to the key of A. We're going to put our middle finger on the A note. And once again, we're going to play the major scale. We numbered it 1 through 8. Now, we learned in the last segment the major chord. Now we're going to do the minor chord. How do you get a minor chord? Almost the same way. One slight difference. 1 flat 3, 5. There's one of those lingos, flat. So 1, 2, 3, but now you want to flatten it. You got to drop it down 1 fret, a semitone down. There's that lingo again. And then the 5. The three notes are A, C, E. And then you mess around and rearrange the strings on the guitar here. Get the notes all lined up, and you got your A minor. My guitar sounds kind of cruddy, but flat third makes a minor chord. So, just to recap here, I showed you some theory, showed you the scale, showed you how to make a couple chords, I showed you how to get chicks, but the number one thing to remember is to always get paid, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, Dad? Yeah, the gig, I don't know, the agent didn't do it right or something, I don't know, something to do with paperwork and stuff. I never pay attention to that stuff. But if you could, maybe spot us for a couple of bus tickets. Yeah, okay, thanks, bye. Alright, one of the things that you'll need if you're gonna be playing music with people and you want to sound good to other people is you might want to invest in a tuner. Now, since about the 80s, everybody's been having all kinds of different tuners. Nowadays, for acoustic instruments, you have these clip-on types. There's a whole bunch of different brands out there. We'll do a video in the future on we'll do a review of some of the tuners. But what the tuner is going to do for you is going to get your guitar in tune so it sounds good, and it's going to put you in the ballpark anyway. And we start usually with A, which is a 440, and you'll hear electronic buzzers that sound beep, and you use that as a reference to tune your guitar. We'll do a whole segment on tuning and some of my approaches to getting your guitar in tune, especially acoustic guitars. And that's about all I have to say about tuning right now. Okay. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for the train, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained, took us all the way to New Orleans.